Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, join me, Rob McConnell, as together we'll investigate the world of the paranormal and the science of parapsychology here on the X-Zone Radio TV show on XZBN and the X-Zone TV channel on Simul TV. Since 1990, the X-Zone Radio TV show has been the place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. Together, we'll investigate UFOs, aliens, ghosts, Bigfoot, psychic phenomenon, lake monsters, conspiracy theories, government cover-ups, the truth embargo, alien abductions, ESP, haunted locations from around the world, and so much more. With over 28 years of broadcasting and more than 4,500 individual guests, the X-Zone is truly a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality, as evidenced by the credibility, integrity, and professionalism of the guests that we bring to our international audience. If you have seen a UFO, had a close encounter, seen a ghost, Bigfoot, lake monster, or a story that you would like to share or have investigated, contact me, Rob McConnell, by sending me your email to xzone@xzoneradiotv.com, or you can call toll-free 1-800-610-7035, extension 143, and on Skype, X-Zone Radio TV. For more information on the X-Zone Radio TV show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, visit www.xzoneradiotv.com or www.xzonetvchannel.com or simultv.com and xzbn.net. Until next we meet here in the X-Zone from our broadcast center and studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, always remember, X-Zone Nation, keep your eyes to the sky and your heart in the light.
Welcome everyone to Too Good to Be True. Thank you for taking the time to listen. The subject for today's show is universal energy. We are going to touch on subject matter that might be frightening or upsetting to younger listeners. We urge younger listeners to listen if accompanied by a responsible adult. But before we start getting into details, let's just briefly talk about psychic insight and how we apply it.
We choose a subject, then research it, and based on that research, we determine what we think needs to be explained by creating a series of questions. Then Justina provides psychic insight to answer those questions. The psychic insight is narrated towards the end of the show. Accepting the psychic insight is a question of individual belief. Now let's go through the disclaimers.
Here are the disclaimers. Neither of us claim to have any expertise in any subjects that we discuss. We relate information we find through research and the psychic insight. We are always delighted to hear from the listeners. The show only lasts an hour. We don't have the time to present exhaustive research on any topic. This means that there will be information that we miss. We want to provide a basis for the psychic insight. We don't care if a theory turns out too good to be true, as the show name suggests. We are only interested in finding out more of the truth about topics. Spirit can only relate insight that is appropriate for our time and history. Free will cannot be affected. Only comments that are appropriate for our time can be given through the psychic insight. Much of the subject matter in shows may already been covered many times in other media. We want to look into subjects in a new, different way and be thought-provoking. We are not so good with pronouncing names, we apologize. With types of healing to be discussed, anyone with a medical condition needs to consult with a licensed medical professional or continue to consult with a licensed medical professional. And neither of us have any particular knowledge of physics, ancient religions, or New Age beliefs. If we have misstated anything, we apologize.
We've touched on this subject before in episodes where we have discussed New Age beliefs. Universal energy is described as healing, psychic, or spiritual energy.
Is there a formal definition for universal energy as spiritual energy?
Wikipedia describes energy as in esotericism as follows, quote, "The term energy is used by writers and practitioners of various esoteric forms of spirituality and alternative medicine to refer to a variety of phenomena. There is no scientific evidence for the existence of such energy. Therapies that purport to use, modify, or manipulate unknown energies are thus among the most contentious of all complementary and alternative medicines. Claims related to energy therapies are most often anecdotal from single stories rather than being based on repeatable empirical evidence, unquote.
What is esotericism?
Wikipedia describes it as being about secret knowledge for a few people. Esotericism may include study of Gnosticism, yoga, alchemy, magic, spiritualism, hypnosis, astrology, meditation, mysticism, or occultism.
I have to ask, what are Gnosticism and occultism?
Gnosticism was a prominent heretical movement of the second century Christian church, partly of pre-Christian origin that, simply put, requires knowledge for salvation. Occultism is the study of hidden knowledge or the study of a deeper spiritual reality.
When the word occult is used, it seems to have the meaning of something like black magic.
I think the word should be thought of as being neutral. Just because something is hidden doesn't mean it's negative though it might be. Magic and alchemy are apparently part of the occult, as is Satanism.
This is beginning to sound like Star Wars and the Force. Are the good guys becoming one with universal energy, while the bad guys are trying to bend universal energy to their will?
The Star Wars writers had to get their ideas from somewhere. Maybe it was from occultism. However, there's a further source of confusion. If all these definitions weren't confusing enough, universal energy was also defined by Nikola Tesla, but the idea doesn't seem to have taken hold in the mainstream. Albert Einstein proved that mass is energy, so everything we experience could be described as being the result of some form of energy. Famous physicist Nikola Tesla is often quoted as follows, quote, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration," unquote.
How is that interpreted?
The Tesla quote from 1942 is interpreted in an article in Reflection magazine, issue number 9, July-August 1998, which is included on the Bibliotheca Pleiades website as follows, quote, "The whole of the universe is energy, and each basic element of the known atomic chart consists of energy at different rates of vibration. The difference between any two elements is a difference in both atomic structure and vibration rates. There is a frequency or vibration of energy that fills the universe. This energy is not only beneficial but also essential to all living cells, whether human, plant, or animal. Man utilizes this energy with his mind. Every thought is transmitted by this energy. Every aspect of life in the physical depends on this basic energy or power of the universe. Spiritual growth is our only purpose and reason for being alive on earth. Each individual must learn how to utilize this energy for spiritual growth and constructive purposes. Constructive use, positive use of this energy raises the level of consciousness of man and in turn raises his vibration rate of frequency. Every individual has a different rate of vibration. All of man's earthly problems are created by his thought projections. What we project from our mind in the form of thoughts we create and receive. Spiritual growth requires the elimination of all negative thought, which dissipates the life force or vital energy, unquote.
The Interpretation and Reflection magazine seems to link the ideas of Nikola Tesla and those of psychics and healers who talk about energy for healing and spiritual growth. It is as if everything in the universe is connected.
If all of mankind's earthly problems are created by mankind's thought projections, the idea again is almost Star Wars like. In those movies, negative individuals exploiting the dark side of the force drew their power from more dark emotions such as fear, anger, and hatred.
We have thrown out a lot of ideas, beliefs, and concepts from a work of fiction in just a few minutes. This is with no scientific proof for any of it. To try to figure this out, I think we should start looking at universal energy in terms of positive energy described by psychics and healers, then look at the dark side, including black magic and Satanism. Then finally, we should look at the ideas that Tesla was trying to pass on to the world.
Starting with psychics and healers, where universal energy is often referred to as life force energy or universal life force and includes prana and chi or ki. Wikipedia defines prana as follows, quote, In Hindu philosophy, including yoga, Indian medicine, and Indian martial arts, prana, the Sanskrit word for breath, life force, or vital principle, permeates reality on all levels, including inanimate objects. In Hindu literature, prana is sometimes described as originating from the sun and connecting the elements. 5 types of prana, collectively known as the 5 Vayus, are described in Hindu texts. Ayurveda, Tantra, and Tibetan medicine all describe prana Vayu as the basic Vayu from which the other Vayus arise, unquote. In ancient times, the elements would not be chemical elements, but elements such as earth, air, fire, or water. The 5 Vayus are energies that keep the body healthy. Ayurveda translates to knowledge of life. Tantra, very simply put, means an unbroken stream of energy. In Tibetan medicine, all living beings are made up of energy, and each person is born with a unique constitution made up of 3 primary energies, characterized by physical and non-physical circulation.
Let's keep it simple and talk about prana in terms of yoga, which has great popularity throughout the world.
The Yoga Alliance website describes yoga as follows, quote, yoga was developed up to 5,000 years ago in India as a comprehensive system for well-being on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. While yoga is often equated with hatha yoga, the well-known system of postures and breathing techniques, hatha yoga is only part of the overall discipline of yoga. Today, many millions of people use various aspects of yoga to help raise their quality of life in such diverse areas as fitness, stress relief, wellness, vitality, mental clarity, healing, peace of mind, and spiritual growth. Yoga is a system not of beliefs, but of techniques and guidance for enriched living. Among yoga's many source texts, the 2 best known are the Yoga Sutras and the Bhagavad Gita. Both explain the nature of and obstacles to higher awareness and fulfillment, as well as a variety of methods for attaining those goals, unquote.
When I think of yoga, I think of postures and breathing.
I've never tried yoga, but apparently pranayama, or controlling the breath, is an essential part of it, with the breath being the source of prana, or life force energy.
We would need a lot more time to discuss any of these practices like yoga to do the subject any justice, but there appears to be a commonality surrounding the idea of life force among different beliefs. Let's move on to chi or ki. Chi or ki is associated with acupuncture.
Acupuncture is also very much in the mainstream, following us from the Acupuncture Massage College website. Quote, Ki or chi, pronounced chi, is the energy flow created along the pathways that connect the acupuncture points on the body. The pathways between the points are called meridians, which also connect to internal organs in the body. Using acupuncture needles, pressure or heat to manipulate a point of two separate points on the body can improve a person's ki, which is also thought of as one's life force, and relieves the symptoms of a variety of medical conditions, including chronic pain, digestive issues, respiratory problems, and more. But I think we'll have to continue this after the break, Justina.
Yes, we'll continue after this short break, and you're listening to Too Good to Be True with Justina Marsh and Pete Marsh on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, www.xzbn.net.
It's hard to listen to the news without realizing we're living in volatile, unprecedented times. Yet never has there been such an opportunity to transform the human condition. As old structures fail, where can we find the guidance to co-create a better way? Find Your Path Home is an ever-evolving, leading-edge information, education, and healing resource center designed to support and guide you on your path to unity and enlightenment. Based on sound principles employed by shaman worldwide, we provide techniques that can support you through the current transitions, offering online shamanic classes, international long-distance shamanic healing sessions, complimentary Mission Evolution radio episodes and Stairway to Heaven TV vignettes, seminars, retreats, and much more. All of this can be found on findyourpathhome.com.
So I was watching the X Zone TV channel last night when I was abducted by aliens, and they kept repeating to me over and over again, simultv.com, simultv.com.
What's simultv.com?
That's what I asked them. They had it written on the side of their UFO.
How do you spell that?
UFO.
No, I mean simultv.com.
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 Right. simultv.com.
Interesting that you were abducted by aliens in a simultv.com UFO last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I remember now last night I was awakened from a deep sleep. My great-grandmother was standing there. She said she'd come from the hereafter to tell me about simultv.com. She even spelled it out for me. simultv.com, sonny boy.
simultv.com.
simultv.com, sonny boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, you'll never guess what my psychic guru just told me.
simultv.com.
Exactly. Are you guys psychic too?
Of course.
We all know about simultv.com. simultv.com.
Welcome back to Too Good to Be True. And before the break, Sad, you were quoting about acupuncture from the Acupuncture Massage Collage website.
Yes, Justine, I'll continue. This understanding of the human body comes from traditional Chinese medicine, which is thousands of years old. It's a different way of thinking about how the body works than conventional Western medicine, unquote.
What exactly are acupuncture points?
The same article continues as follows, quote, acupuncture points are physical places on the body where chi energy can be accessed and manipulated. Acupuncture treatment helps the body's natural healing process and also serves a preventative function. Energy imbalances or congested energy flow can create or accentuate pain or impede the body's natural ability to heal itself. Promoting the unobstructed flow of qi improves health and well-being. Depending on how sensitive a patient is, they may feel the qi as it travels along the meridians during a treatment. Others may feel pressure at the acupuncture point, and some may feel nothing at all, unquote. There is also the idea of yin and yang from traditional Chinese medicine. When the two forces are in balance, the body is healthy.
How do yin and yang fit in with the universal or life force energy?
There's a lot written about yin and yang, but yin can be thought of as the nutritive processes and substances of the body, whereas yang can be thought of as the heat and metabolic processes of the body. When these are out of balance, the body isn't healthy.
Let's move on to Reiki healing, which, unlike yoga and acupuncture, is not in the mainstream. We have mentioned Reiki during other episodes, but it's worth revisiting its definition.
The Reiki.org website provides a full explanation as follows, quote, Reiki is a Japanese technique for stress reduction and relaxation that also promotes healing. It is administered by laying on hands and is based on the idea that an unseen life force energy flows through us and is what causes us to be alive. If one's life force energy is low, then we are more likely to get sick or feel stress. And if it is high, we are more capable of being happy and healthy. The word Reiki is made of two Japanese words, Rei, which means God's wisdom or higher power, and Ki, which is life force energy. So Reiki is actually spiritually guided life force energy. A treatment feels like a wonderful glowing radiance that flows through and around you. Reiki treats the whole person, including body, emotion, mind, and spirit, creating many beneficial effects that include relaxation and feelings of peace, security, and well-being. Many have reported miraculous results. Reiki is a simple, natural, and safe method of spiritual healing and self-improvement that everyone can use. It has been effective in helping virtually every known illness and malady, and also creates a beneficial effect. It also works in conjunction with all other medical or therapeutic techniques to relieve side effects and promote recovery. An amazingly simple technique to learn. The ability to use Reiki is not taught in the usual sense, but is transferred to the student during a Reiki class. This ability is passed on during an attunement given by a Reiki master and allows the student to tap into an unlimited supply of life force energy to improve one's health and enhance the quality of life, unquote.
So, the similarity between yoga, acupuncture, and Reiki is life force energy or chi. There's also Tai Chi, which started as martial arts but is practiced by millions by adopting certain postures and gentle movements with mental focus while breathing and relaxation. This is certainly mainstream in many Asian countries and is widely understood as balancing yin and yang. But where else does life force energy get discussed?
We have discussed auras and chakras in other episodes. The Chi Machine for You website explains how auras are a reflection of Chi. Quote, the energy of Chi emits vibrant, bright colors, the aura, a vibrational frequency and a sound. When Chi becomes disturbed, stagnant, imbalanced, or depleted, disease and illness begin to take form. The aura becomes darker and discolored. Personal frequency vibrates incorrectly, and the meridians, energy pathways, Chinese origin, and the chakras, energy centers, Indian origin, within the body become blocked, unquote. Auras have been described as a field of subtle light surrounding a person, a map of their thoughts and feelings.
So, auras indicate health or flow of chi, while chakras are energy centers.
As we have discussed before in other episodes, there are 7 fundamental chakras located from the base of the spine to the top of the head, each with its own individual color. The Chi Machine for You article continues, quote, everybody houses several energy hubs which correspond to the exact same colors in the exact same order as the rainbow. If an energy center known as a chakra becomes blocked, specific emotional and physical problems begin. To heal the body, mind, and spirit is to bring the chakras into alignment and balance, unquote. Apparently, balancing is necessary because too little or too much energy flow through a chakra is not ideal. The Mind Valley website provides an explanation. Quote, chakra is an old Sanskrit word that literally translates to wheel. This is because the life force of prana that moves inside of you is spinning and rotating. This spinning energy has 7 centers in your body, starting at the base of your spine and moving all the way up to the top of your head. In a healthy, balanced person, the 7 chakras provide exactly the right amount of energy to every part of your body, mind, and spirit, unquote.
Unfortunately, we have to look at the possible negative side of energy. We mentioned black magic and Satanism previously when discussing occultism.
Digging into negativity is much tougher than digging into positivity. But Tai Chi master Chao Chiong King on the WordPress website provides perspectives as follows. Quote, there is no such thing as white or black magic. It is known as occult force or energy. If a person uses it for healing and enhancing someone's luck, it is known as white magic. If a person uses it for hurting and destroying someone, it is known as black magic. It is the same kind of universal energy. Someone needs to learn from a master how to acquire such force or power. It takes these people many years of practice before they can use such a force or energy, unquote.
That sounds straight out of Star Wars, including the training of the Jedi. But how does a person manipulate energy for the purposes of magic?
The Lost Kingdom website provides an explanation. Quote, although strictly in the realm of the imagination, magic can be thought of as a fundamental energy of the world. It can be perceived and manipulated in different levels via the use of rituals, spells, performed by conduits, casters, who allow prime magic energy to shape the forces it engulfs. Finally, the nature of magic is almost surely unknown to most of its users, but via the use of ritualism and study, it can nevertheless be expressed, unquote.
Now, that sounds like Harry Potter. Magic, including casting spells, has to be learnt, with magic being described as a fundamental energy of the world. But are you avoiding mentioning Satanism?
Mentioning Harry Potter is a good transition. Are Death Eaters and Voldemort just an acceptable way of dealing with pure evil in children's books?
I think you answered your own question.
The Witchcraft and Witches website connects Satanism to black magic. Quote, black magic or dark side magic is a form of magic or sorcery that draws on malevolent powers and may be used for dark purposes or malevolent acts that deliberately cause harm in some way. For example, to kill, injure, to cause misfortune or destruction, or for personal gain without regard to harmful consequences to others. In popular usage, the term black magic is sometimes used to describe any form of ritual that some group or person does not approve of. Black magic is usually associated with Satanism and the left-handed path, or the left-hand path, belief systems which value the advancement and preservation of the self and the pursuit of temporal and terrestrial goals, rather than right-hand path, which elevates spirituality, the strict observance of moral codes, and the worship of deities. Outside of popular literature, it usually refers to magic utilized for gaining power and wealth or taking revenge, rather than for evil's sake, unquote.
Is Satanism always connected to black magic?
Apparently not in modern times. An article in a London independent newspaper from June of 2017 includes the views of Ashley S. Palmer, a reverend of the Church of Satan. His comments on the biggest misconceptions he believes people have about Satanism are as follows. Quote, the main and most persistent misconception about Satanism and Satanists is that we believe in and worship an anthropomorphic or spiritual being known as Satan or the devil. This is false. We Satanists are atheists who adopt Satan as a symbol of passion, pride, liberty, and heroic rebellion in the tradition of the pro-satanic themed poetry and writing of Goswami Carducci, Lord Byron, John Milton, Benjamin de Caceres, Mark Twain, and others that predate the founding of the Church of Satan. Stating that one is an atheist leaves a lot of room for belief in a myriad of other spooky delusions unrelated to the existence of gods that are also regularly incorrectly packaged with Satanism. So I shall further clarify that as I apply the tool of scientific skepticism to critically analyze and question all things, I therefore reject all forms of pseudoscience, New Age spirituality, and the supernatural, including but not limited to the occult, magic, Ouija boards, tarot, psychic divination, ghosts, immortality, astral projections, chakras, faith healing, astrology, and conspiracy theories. All of this is as ridiculous to me as praying to Jesus or Shiva, unquote.
We'll have to continue after the short break, and you're listening to Too Good to Be True with Justina Marsh and Pete Marsh on the X Zone Broadcast Network, www.xzbn.net.
How would your life change if you could develop the business and personal skills that you need in order to make more money? Do you want to learn how to achieve your big life goals faster? Then go to findhiddenmoney.com and get the Goal for It online course. The course teaches you how you can set and achieve your biggest goals while completely overcoming the roadblocks to your goals so that you can realize your dreams and imagine more success. Go to findhiddenmoney.com.
Memorable dynamic presentations are a not-so-secret weapon in the business world. Do you have a powerful message that must be shared, but you haven't found a way to deliver that message? Do you want to be known as a top public speaker who gets amazing results? Are you ready to create and deliver your powerful message? Thomas Hides can help you create and deliver your speech to get the results you desire. Visit iconquality.com.
Did you expect your business to flourish, but instead it plateaued or didn't get off the ground yet? Would you like to achieve massive goals and discover new sources of income within your business? When you're ready to experience that type of success with fast results, Cindy Hendricks is the business coach for you. Her work with entrepreneurs and business owners has been life-changing. To get you and your business where you want to be, go to imaginemoresuccess.com.
Has the fear of public speaking stalled your business or personal life? What would you give to develop and maintain supreme confidence? Have an invaluable private program to always perform at your best. Imagine how you would feel. You can have all that and so much more today with Thomas Hyde's life-changing course called Number One Fear Unleashed. Visit numberonefear.com and be liberated from your fear of public speaking.
Welcome back to Too Good to Be True. And before the break, Dad, you were quoting about Satanism. Obviously, in that belief system, there's no room for chi or any life force or universal energy. But let's get back to Nikola Tesla.
As we had quoted, Tesla believed that the secrets of the universe are in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. However, Tesla was also quoted as follows, quote, "The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence," unquote.
What did Tesla mean by that?
I couldn't find any real consensus on the exact meaning, but Tesla was clear that he thought it was possible to wirelessly transmit electrical energy over long distances. His work was stopped by the funding being pulled. Did Tesla understand more than the physical world of electricity? Did he understand how to tap into universal energy, as in chi, or is there some other phenomenon that he was referring to?
I think that finding out what Tesla meant in terms of non-physical phenomenon is very important, obviously with Tesla being Tesla. But why don't you ask the first question?
Is it correct to use the term energy as used in spirituality and alternative medicine to refer to a variety of phenomena?
Yes.
Why is there no scientific evidence for the existence of such energy?
The problem is that to measure energy, there has to be special devices. So, for example, measuring electrical energy, you have to have special devices to be able to calculate how much energy there is in numerical form. So that's the same way with universal energy, is that the technology just does not exist yet to be able to measure it.
Why are claims related to energy therapies most often anecdotal rather than being based on repeatable empirical evidence?
The problem is with something that doesn't have a measurable unit, so no number associated with it, is that it's very hard to actually measure it. So, for example, in psychology, there are different scales to measure people's behavior, even though there's not really a numerical value. So, the same scientific methods would have to be used where there is some sort of numerical value so that it's actually mathematically proven instead of just a hypothesis.
Why is esotericism such a broad subject, possibly including study of Gnosticism, yoga, alchemy, magic, spiritualism, hypnosis, astrology, meditation, mysticism, or occultism?
Basically, it just includes bigger categories that a lot of people don't understand. So, a lot of them are grouped together for how they're pseudosciences and are not really proven to have as many benefits as some more hard sciences. So, they are just grouped together in the misunderstood category.
Is universal energy similar to the Force in Star Wars, where the good side attempt to become one with the Force while their enemies try to bend the Force to their will?
In a way, yes. It's not as dramatic as Star Wars makes it out to be with the Force, but there are good and bad sides always, and there's always a constant struggle for power.
Did the writers of Star Wars get the idea of the Force from ancient beliefs?
Yes, they did.
Why did Nikola Tesla state that if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration?
Basically, because he believed in this overall energy. So he believed in tapping into this more unknown energy that holds a lot of why the world is the way it is.
With Albert Einstein proving that mass is energy, does the entire universe fundamentally consist of energy?
Yes, it does.
Is there a frequency or vibration of energy that fills the universe?
There are multiple, so it's not just one frequency.
Is universal energy essential to all living cells, whether human, plant, or animal?
Yes, and also non-living, so it basically makes up everything.
Can humanity utilize this energy through every thought being transmitted by this energy?
Yes, if they learned how to control it more, yes.
Does every aspect of life in the physical depend on universal energy?
Yes, for the most part.
Is spiritual growth our only or main purpose and reason for being alive on Earth?
Not exactly, no. There are many different purposes, and a purpose really depends on the individual person. So each person has their own path, their own journey, where they create multiple purposes. So one person's purpose may be very different from another person's.
Can it be said that each individual must learn how to utilize this energy for spiritual growth and constructive purposes?
Yes and no. For some people, it is not their overall purpose, so they don't care to understand as much. But for some people are trying to figure out how to use it and even see this energy.
Does positive use of this energy raise the level of consciousness of humanity and in turn raise vibration rate or frequency?
And there's an exchange where the consciousness is heightened, yes. But this again depends on the individual person. So raising consciousness is really bringing a group of people together and eventually learning how this energy actually works without bias or judgment.
Does every individual have a different rate of vibration?
Yes.
Can it be said that all of humanity's earthly problems are created by thought projections?
Not exactly, no. There are some physical problems that occur that humans have no control over. So there are some things that are caused by thoughts, yes, since if someone has negative thoughts, that may lead to a negative or more negative path they go down. However, it's not necessarily that thoughts control everything.
Can it be also said that what we project from our mind in the form of thoughts, we create and receive?
That can be said in some circumstances, yes. So again, some things are out of a human's control, while others are actually controlled by humans.
Does spiritual growth require the elimination of negative thought, which dissipates the life force or universal energy?
Negative thoughts are important to get rid of. However, humans in general are just going to have negative thoughts, so that's normal. So it's not getting rid of all the negative thoughts, it's trying to eliminate as many as possible.
Is everything in the universe connected?
Yes.
Can universal energy be described as life force energy or universal life force to include prana and chi or ki?
Yes, that could be said.
In Hindu philosophy, is Hindu philosophy correct that in yoga, Indian medicine and Indian martial arts, prana or life force permeates reality on all levels, including inanimate objects?
That's not 100% true, since there's a little bit more to that statement. But overall, it's pretty close, yes.
Is Hindu literature sometimes correct that prana originates from the sun and connects with the elements?
There's energy that comes from the sun. Obviously, that can be seen even in the ways of solar energy, heat, and sunburn, etc. So, yes, there is this energy that the planet does get from the sun.
Does that connect with prana?
Yes.
Are there different prana energies or vayus that keep the body healthy?
In that belief, yes.
Is Tibetan medicine correct that each person is born with a unique constitution made up of three primary energies characterized by physical and non-physical circulation?
They're on the right path with that thought, yes, but there's still more to it.
How could yoga be developed up to 5,000 years ago as a comprehensive system for well-being on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, when mankind at the time was still progressing from the Stone Age into the Bronze Age?
You can say that they had some very intelligent beings helping them, so that they realized at a very early stage to be able to survive through the harder circumstances, they need something that even helps them overall, where they are not just working, but instead taking a break and focusing on themselves, and they did this a lot by yoga.
Is breath in yoga a source of prana or universal energy?
That could be said where it is a source.
Is chi or personal life force the energy flow created along the pathways that connect the acupuncture points on the body?
Yes.
Are acupuncture points physical places on the body where chi energy can be accessed and manipulated?
That's one thought, yes. So you can think of it as kind of an entryway for this energy.
Do the pathways or meridians also connect chi, the energy flow, to internal organs in the body?
Yes.
Can use of acupuncture needles, pressure or heat to manipulate a point or two separate points on the body improve a person's chi?
Yes, they can.
Can life force energy imbalances or congested energy flow create or accentuate pain or impede the body's natural ability to heal itself?
There are times this occurs, yes, where there are these energy blockages, you can say, or it makes it more difficult for a person's body to heal as quickly as they would like. However, it is not always the case. So there are these actual medical diagnoses why people have pain and why their body is not healing as quickly. So it really depends on the individual person.
Can improved life force or chi energy flow relieve the symptoms of a variety of medical conditions, including chronic pain, digestive issues, respiratory problems, and more?
That has been said, yes.
So it has been said, but is there any reality behind it?
There needs to be more studies on it for it to be proven. So at this point, it's more human discovery that needs to occur.
Why is Western medicine so different from traditional Chinese medicine that understands the working of the human body in terms of qi?
Basically, where Western medicine is more about solving the problem and solving it quickly, while more Eastern medicine is finding the so-called cause of the issues. So this is a more time-consuming, longer process. So the biggest difference is that time is money, and a lot more Western medicine wants to solve the problem and solve it fast.
Can yin be thought of as the nutritive processes and substances of the body?
Yes.
Can yang be thought of as the heat and metabolic processes of the body?
Yes, it can, but we'll have to continue after this short break. And you're listening to Too Good to Be True with Justina Marsh and Pete Marsh on the X Zone Broadcast Network, www.xzbn.net.
I am Dr. Carl O'Helvey, founder, president of a new cancer foundation focusing on evidence-based physical, mental, and spiritual interventions, including natural cancer cures, prayer, meditation, affirmations, nutrition, and other related holistic cancer prevention and cure modalities. These are used in cancer education, research, and financing care. I ask for your help to continue this important work by donating at www.holisticcancerfoundation.com.
They are here, and they've been here for thousands of years, making their presence known in the shadows. They might be seen by a lonely motorist on a deserted road late at night, or by a frightened and confused husband in the bedroom he is sharing with his wife. But who are they? What do they want? Why are they here? Perhaps most concerning, has the government been aware of their presence all along? The new book by Ellie Marzulli, UFO Disclosure, the 70-year cover-up exposed, delves into the world of UFOs. Can full disclosure be soon? Order now and receive a free hour and 37-minute DVD on the UFO phenomenon. UFOs are real. Get both the book and the DVD, a $40 value, for only $19.99. To order your book and DVD today, go to lamarzulli.net. That's LAMARZULLI.net.
Christopher Fulton is a survivor of the national security state. All he wanted to do was preserve history when he acquired a Cartier watch from the estate of President Kennedy's personal secretary. But that simple act set off a terrible chain reaction. He was pursued by the U.S. Justice Department and the FBI, thrust into the middle of the U.S. government's Assassination Records Review Board, even monitored and pursued by the Russian government. All because that Cartier watch was the missing link of evidence, a timepiece worn by JFK that fateful day in Dallas, a link resulting in Christopher being incarcerated and attacked for 9 years because he opened a hidden chapter in history. The intriguing journey outlined fully in Christopher Fulton's memoir, The Inheritance, is available now through TrineDay.com or Amazon.com. The Inheritance, Poisoned Fruit of JFK's Assassination by Christopher and Michelle Fulton is a must-read, an incredible tale of how easily our own government can overrule justice. The Inheritance, Poisoned Fruit of JFK's Assassination.
Welcome back to Too Good to Be True. And before the break, we were discussing the questions in Psychic Insight about universal energy. And we were just discussing yin and yang.
Do yin and yang have to be in balance to allow for the flow of qi?
Yes, they do.
In Reiki, is qi the same as qi, an unseen life force energy that flows through us and is what causes us to be alive?
Yes, it is.
Is Reiki spiritually guided qi or life force energy?
Yes.
Is qi or qi or life force energy, if qi or qi or life force energy is low, is it more likely to get sick or feel stress?
Yes, stress is a big cause where it can create physical symptoms as well.
If qi or life force energy is high, is there the capability to be happy and healthy?
Yes.
Can a Reiki healing treatment result in bodily radiance, relaxation, and a state of mind of peace, security, and well-being?
Yes, it can.
Has Reiki provided miraculous results?
In some cases, yes. So in some cases, it's the best thing possible for the person. However, again, it is always advisable to seek medical treatment for issues that are 100% physically related. So for example, if someone needs something very quickly, or the person has something that is a very physical symptom, it's best to treat it medically as well.
Has Reiki been effective in helping virtually every known illness or malady while always creating a beneficial effect?
People have attempted every illness, yes, but again, there needs to be more study to actually document these healings.
Can Reiki work in conjunction with other medical or therapeutic techniques to relieve side effects and promote recovery?
Yes, that's usually the best way to use it.
Why is an attunement given by a Reiki master necessary to tap into an unlimited supply of life force energy or ki or chi to improve health and enhance quality of life?
Basically, so that person can open up their mind. So it's letting this energy flow without having a more closed off mind. So going through a journey where the human brain just kind of lets go.
Do yoga, acupuncture, and Reiki all involve the same life force energy or chi that can be described as universal energy?
Yes.
Does Tai Chi involve the balancing of yin and yang to improve the flow of chi?
Yes.
Do auras surround the body arise from the energy of chi?
That could be stated, yes.
When the aura is disturbed, stagnant, imbalanced, or depleted, does that indicate that the body is prone to illness, with the meridians and chakras within the body having been blocked?
That's a possibility, yes. But again, it depends on the person.
Do auras indicate the health or flow of chi?
They can, yes.
Are chakras centers for chi energy or universal energy in the body that to be healthy must be unblocked and not out of balance?
Not 100% of the time. They have to be unblocked for somebody to be healthy. However, if they are blocked, there's a chance that the person will feel unhealthy symptoms. So it is best, yes, to work on those. And it does improve the person's overall health. However, just because they're blocked doesn't mean that the person will get the effects of physical symptoms.
If magic is used for healing and enhancing someone's luck, is it white magic?
That could be said, yes.
If magic is used for hurting or destroying someone, is it known as black magic?
Yes.
Do both white and black magic use the same universal energy?
Yes.
Does the practice of either white or black magic require many years of learning from a master?
Not always, no. Some people are more in tune with it, and it doesn't take as much time.
Is magic strictly in the realm of imagination, but can be thought of as a fundamental energy of the world?
That could be said.
Can this fundamental energy be perceived and manipulated in different levels via the use of rituals performed by casters who shape the forces it engulfs?
Many people believe that, yes.
Is the nature of magic unknown to most of its users, but via the use of ritualism and study, can it nevertheless be expressed?
Yes, in sacred texts as well. So these guidelines are set out.
Is the fundamental energy of the world as manipulated for magic another form of universal energy?
That could be said.
In the Harry Potter books, were the Death Eaters and Voldemort just an acceptable way of dealing with pure evil?
That could be stated, yes.
Is black magic or dark side magic a form of magic or sorcery that draws on malevolent powers that may be used for dark purposes or malevolent acts that deliberately cause harm in some way?
Yes, and it means that there is some harm being caused.
Is Satanism, as it's been defined in the past, or the left-hand path, a form of black magic which values the advancement and preservation of the self and the pursuit of temporal and terrestrial goals?
Yes.
Has Satanism been used to gain power and wealth or take revenge rather than for evil's sake?
On the surface, yes. So that's usually the definition. However, some people who do practice aren't always out for negative means. So sometimes people don't fully understand that they are trying to do good. They're just going in a way that's not good, if that makes sense. So they're going about it in the wrong way.
How can the existence of demons or demonic entities not be considered as evil for evil's sake?
It's an issue that negative, dark things can sometimes seem like non dark things, depending on the situation. So they are dark and they are something that people should not mess with, since they can get out of their hands very quickly.
Is there a parallel between the dark side of the Force, as in Star Wars, and black magic, including traditional Satanism?
Yes.
Has Satanism become detached from black magic in modern times?
Yes, it has. That's where I stated earlier, where the people are trying to do the right thing and go a good way about it. However, again, they don't know exactly what they are messing with.
Is modern Satanism a form of atheism that rejects any form of spirituality as well as religious or New Age beliefs?
Yes.
For spiritual growth to create challenges, is it necessary for negative forces to be in existence?
Yes and no. There is a balance between the two. So it doesn't necessarily mean that there has to be great negativity, since negativity comes in different forms.
So there's enough negativity that is created without dark forces to be at work.
Correct.
Why did Nikola Tesla state that the day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in one decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence?
Basically, the overall understanding of people and their actions, and even these unknown forces. So the unknown is what is this scariest to humans. So once some of this is unlocked, it's going to be a very quick process, since humans are naturally curious and they will want to understand all of the unknowns.
Was Tesla referring to forms of universal energy, or was he referring to an advanced form of physics that remains unseen and not obvious? Or was Tesla referring to universal energy as in chi?
He was referring to universal energy as a whole. So actually all the answers are correct, since universal energy covers everything.
What do we have to learn besides perhaps understanding the work of Nikola Tesla in order to better understand universal energy and apply it for the common good?
The first thing that needs to happen for humans to be able to understand more is to stop their own blocks. So to stop saying that something can't happen, since it has been proven many times that weird things do happen and almost anything is possible. And then there also needs to be people who are more interested in this. But instead of interested in a way where it's just here, that is what it is, there's no argument. There needs to be some scientific process. So science overall is taking a hypothesis, proving that, and proving that it is repeatable. So if the same way is gone about universal energy and the unknowns, for example, yoga, finding some way that yoga can actually be measured for how it benefits people, instead of just putting it out there. Yes, it benefits people, showing some proof behind this. So that's how this topic becomes more studied. It's not just about getting the people currently interested in it, but also making some proof behind it. Since once there's proof presented, people cannot deny the fact of it. So working on this overall, moving forward in a scientific method way, instead of just saying this is what it is.
That was the last answer. Is universal energy with its immense potential to benefit mankind too good to be true?
That depends on what you are prepared to believe.
But I think the most interesting takeaway for me was the consistency with the information behind Tesla's quotes and that of traditional, non-traditional healing, as in chi and universal energy.
Well, I think the most interesting point that I took away from it is that things like yoga, aligning your chakras, even using things like essential oils is becoming more and more common. And you're seeing that kind of more in the mainstream where it's not so strange if you go to a yoga class or buy essential oils or do those type of things. So it's becoming more and more mainstream.
Well, I think people's health plans cover acupuncture or have done for years. So I'm sure acupuncture can be seen as being totally in the mainstream. So that's interesting too. And I think there's a lot of evidence that acupuncture is beneficial.
Well, on that note, I'll mention our brand new Instagram page. You can go follow us on there, and that is 2TWO, and then it's GTBT. And you can also go to our Facebook page at Too Good to Be True, which you can also search the same, which is TWO. GTBT, and you can find us via that or go to our website at toogoodtobetrue.net. And as always, thank you so much to the listeners, and we look forward to next week's show.
If you are looking for a safe, zero-calorie natural option to the harmful artificial sweeteners on the market today, Just Like Sugar is what you're looking for. Just Like Sugar is a wonderful natural alternative for those health-conscious people who choose a calorie-restricted diet with a great, pure, sweet flavor that tastes just like sugar. Just Like Sugar is a great natural option for people suffering from diabetes and may be useful in restricted diet programs where standard sugars are not allowed and does not cause a laxative effect of some other sweeteners. Just Like Sugar comprises a perfect blend of chicory root fiber, natural calcium, natural vitamin C, and Just Like Sugar's sweetness comes from the natural flavors from the peel of the orange. Just Like Sugar is a natural alternative to harmful artificial sweeteners and will change the way that you believe all natural sweetener products taste. Just Like Sugar is available at your local Whole Foods markets, Wild Oats markets, Henry's, Sun Harvest, and many other fine natural food stores in the U.S., Canada, and worldwide. They are here, and they've been here for thousands of years, making their presence known in the shadows. They might be seen by a lonely motorist on a deserted road late at night, or by a frightened and confused husband in the bedroom he is sharing with his wife. But who are they? What do they want? Why are they here? Perhaps most concerning, has the government been aware of their presence all along? The new book by Ellie Marzulli, UFO Disclosure, the 70-year cover-up exposed, delves into the world of UFOs. Can full disclosure be soon? Order now and receive a free hour and 37-minute DVD on the UFO phenomenon. UFOs are real. Get both the book and the DVD, a $40 value, for only $19.99. To order your book and DVD today, go to lamarzulli.net. That's LAMARZULLI.net.
You have heard of the X Zone? Now watch it on Simul TV, plus 500 video games, live TV channels, free video on demand, worldwide, and more. Does this sound like tomorrow's television? Well, it is, but you can have it today, right now. It is Simul TV. Simul TV offers what the others only wish they could provide. 15 exclusive channels like X Zone, sci-fi, and horror. We are worldwide. No other provider offers that. 500 built-in video games. No need to have an extra expensive system. We have them included. Free video on demand. Live streaming events from around the world. Interactive online network, and much more. Tomorrow's TV today. Simul TV. Sound too good to be true? Well, it's not. You can have Simul TV today. Sign up at simultv.com. Do it today.